Alright guys, so welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my mod pack folder, I guess you could say, because I've gotten a lot of you who have been wanting me to release it, so I'm going to release it. Let me check my controls. Okay, alright, so the first mod I'm going to start off with is Optifine. Now, a lot of people use Optifine, but it's just wonderful. Like, you see how, without Optifine, these trees right here, you wouldn't be able to kind of see through them. And sorry if my game's lagging, I don't know why, but you see how you can kind of like see through the leaves a little bit? That's Optifine. If you do not have Optifine, you can't see through the trees. So it's really helpful, and it improves your FPS, and as you can see in the top left corner, I can display my FPS. I don't know what the CE, I think that's like my coordinates, and I'm riding on my dog. But yeah, so if you go into options, video settings, there's quality, performance, some of these over here which are different than usual. If you go into details, you can go into here, you can turn off clouds, trees. I have them on smart, which lets them have that transparent look to them. So now I'm going to go on to performance. On here I have smooth FPS on. This is a really good thing to have. Fast renders on. If you have the motion blur mod enabled though, you have to have this off, or if you're using shaders, this has to be off. So I also have smooth world on, fast math on, dynamic updates on. A lot of these just really help with like just FPS in general. So I'm going see if I turn fast render off. Now I'm going to show you guys the motion blur mod, which you pretty much just type in motion blur and then I'm gonna say 5. So now, as you can see, it's like really motion-y type. It might be a little weird for some of you, but if you put it down to like 2, there's just a little bit of motion blur, as you can see. It's not like the greatest motion blur, but it is something. 1 is probably the best, but I don't really like to turn that on. I kind of like motion blur off, so if you just kind of put it at 0, now it's disabled. So yeah, this is without motion blur, and that a second ago was with motion blur. So it's a little bit, it can be kind of weird, but if you want it, it's in there. So all you have to do is just do /motion blur, and you can just put it at pretty much whatever. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you the Cheat Breaker mod. That is the next mod that I somewhat use. It pretty much does this. If you do /FPS mod, it gives you this, and then you can enable it. It's up here. It just shows your FPS pretty much. But if you have Optifine, you can just show the Optifine FPS up here, so you don't really need this. But if you do want like a fancier one, here you have this. It's a little bit fancier. You can kind of put it wherever you want on the screen. Put it in the center if you want. I don't know why you do that, but you can change the color to be rainbow, black. Just change it to be whatever color you want. So yeah, you can change the background. It's pretty cool. Alright, so the next part of the Cheat Breaker mod is going to be /keystrokes, and just type in /keystrokes, and then I'm going to enable it. I used to use this, but a lot of people do use this, and you can do WASD, or you can do WASD and the mouse, as you can see in the bottom right corner. If I go back in here, I can change it to have the jump spacebar too. You can also change the color of this. I think you can make it rainbow if you want. So yep, there's rainbow. You can change the back, or when you press it, you can change the color to be like white or something. So I'm gonna make it gold. So when I press space, it highlights the letters in gold, as you can see. Left click, right click. Okay, so now type in /CPS mod. This is another part of the Cheat Breaker mod, and you're going to enable this, and you can pretty much just yes, align under. You can change the color to be rainbow if you want. Mode background, just leave it there. And now, so now if you want, you can kind of drag it down here, and you can align it better. It's like really off right now, but you can align it under your WASD. Okay, so on to the next mod that a lot of people have been wanting, the Crosshair mod. So the default is the grave button on your keyboard. It's right above tab and next to the letter 1. So you just hit that. At least I believe that's default. It may be something different, but that's what I changed it to. So you can just go here. You can enable it if you want. So now it's just the one with my texture pack, which looks really weird. But if I enable it, now it's a custom one, and you can make it. So when you go in here, you can change the color of it. I can do this and make it white if I want. I can make it green. I can make it red. I can change it to whatever color I want. I think you can even make it rainbow. So you can pretty much do whatever you want with this Crosshair mod. Make your crosshair all weird and stuff. So you can also go in here. You can make it visible, so there's no crosshair, but you still have your F1 on. You can make it visible and hide GUI, so when you press F1 it's still visible. I don't personally like that. If I'm trying to take a cinematic screenshot or something, I turn that off. Visible in debug screen, that's when you go into F3, it still shows it in the center. You can turn that off if you want. I just have it on, even though I never even use F3, so this doesn't really matter. But visible in spectator mode, so whenever you're a spectator, like after you die in Sky Wars, you can turn it on or off. I leave it on. You can make it visible in third person mode, so when you go into third person mode you can still see it. I don't like that just because I like to be able to see my face, my beautiful little face. So yeah, you can also, and then you can also have an outline. So this, as you can see, it does not have a black outline. Now if I turn it on, now there's a little bit of an outline to it. So it's not, you can change the color of the outline. You can make it red if you want, so now you got a red outline. You can do whatever, change the colors with this, whatever you want to do. You can also have a dot in the center. So right now there's no dot. I can put a dot there if I want. I can make that whatever color I want. I can make that pink or something. You can just do whatever, play around with this. But these are pretty much my settings right here. And then you can also change the crosshair type up here, which I forgot to show you. Crosshair type, now it is a square, which I'm actually going to go ahead and leave it there in a second. You can also change it to 3, which I think is default, and it kind of messes up. So yeah, this is just the default crosshair when you put it on 3. 4 is a weird, like, it's kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, some of you might like it. It's a little weird, but you can also put it at 0, which is like this. It's kind of strange, but if you go down here to the width and height, you can change the height and the width to be the same, and now it's a perfect square. You can change the dot, take that away. I'm going to make the gap 2, so now you have a kind of bigger crosshair. You can make it super huge, like one of my videos that I'll be posting within like the next week or so. You can also change the thickness, so I can turn the thickness up, and now it's like super thick. You can have like some really weird crosshairs if you want. You can do some crazy stuff, like now it's really thick. But I'm going to leave the thickness down to like 1. You can also change the height and width, and then of course you can turn up the gap and make it like super far apart, and now you can see you got a giant crosshair. It's insane. I'm just gonna turn that back down to like 2, and that should be good. But yeah, you can change the color. You can also make it rainbow at the bottom. You can make it where when you highlight a hostile mob, like a creeper or a zombie or something like that, you can make it where when you're within reach of them, it'll highlight a certain color. You can change the color. So apparently this little custom guy is a mob because it turns red when I hover over him. So yeah, my dog is evil. You can also make it highlight passive mobs, so like when you see a sheep or a cow and you highlight over it, it'll then become green, like this right here. This is an NPC, it turns green when I hover over. I don't like that one as much, but you can also make it where it highlights players. You can also have a dynamic crosshair bow, which I will show you in a Skywars round. Alright, so we're in a Skywars round. I'm going to show you guys the dynamic crosshair. So we killed somebody that had a bow. So here's the dynamic crosshair bow. As you can see, it like kind of closes. No! More you can do with this. There's also the rainbow crosshair, which pretty much just makes your crosshair kind of go like a rainbow type of thing. As you can see, it's just like changing colors right now. And you can change the speed, make it change really quickly if you want. So I can turn it all the way up, and now it'll switch really fast through all the colors. I don't really like the rainbow type of thing, but so that's pretty much it for the custom crosshair mod. I'm going to show you guys the next mod, which is the DJTasty mod, which you can see in the top left where it has the coordinates and the direction I'm facing. So pretty much just type in DJTasty position if you want. DJTasty position, and that lets you kind of move this around wherever you want on your screen. I like it right up here in the top left. Then you can type in /DJTasty and then settings, which lets you enable capes. I don't really get the point of that, but I leave that enabled. Text color, dark blue. You can change the text, whatever color you want. I'm going to put it back at dark blue because that's what I like it at. You can enable FPS, which means it'll have an FPS under there. I don't use it just because I have the FPS displayed for Optifine, so you can disable that, and then disable info, which means just disabling the whole thing. You can also do /DJTasty details, and you can disable the head up there by doing no head. You can disable separate colors, so everything is one color, or you can leave it like that, and then you can change the XYZ color. You can just customize it however you want. So that's the DJTasty mod. Now I'm going to be showing you guys the pack display mod, which I recently just started to use. So type in /pack display, and now up here at the top I have the pack display. You can turn it off. You can show the background if you want, so there's kind of like a background there. I don't like that. You can show the thumbnail, which is the icon. So if you want just the words, you can just do that. You can show the thumbnail, which I like to do, and then I just put it up here by the boss bar, so it just kind of takes up that. You can show the background if you want. Do whatever you want. You just kind of customize it. It's good for when you're streaming and your viewers want to know what texture pack you're using. Have this displayed. But sometimes, depending on the texture pack you're using, the name will be a little off, and it'll be like just numbers and letters. So it doesn't really help you out there. But for this texture pack, it helps. So I'm just gonna leave it there. The next mod is the perspective mod. So if I press F, at least that's what I have it toggled to, it puts me in like a 360 mode with my person. Now I can only walk forward and side to side and backwards. I can't like look in any direction while I'm in this mode, but it's really helpful for like playing Skywars. Instead of just doing F5, you can kind of do this and like see to your side and stuff. I got this mod from Refraction originally. I know he uses it a little bit, so that's where I got this mod. So the next mod is the SideBar Mod. So if you type in /SideBar Mod, I don't get the I think that just takes you to a website. The reset position, you can turn off the red numbers, because a lot of times there's these annoying red numbers on the side. It's just like default for Minecraft scoreboards, so you can turn that off if you want. You can turn the whole sidebar off if you want. You can change the position. You can put it up in the top right corner if you want. Just put it wherever. You just kind of put it wherever you want. You could put it right in the center if you wanted. That's kind of a weird spot, but you could put it there, and then you can just hit reset position, put it back default, and yeah, that's the sidebar mod. The next mod I use is Autotip mod. So when you type in, you turn on Autotip and then toggle, and that will turn that off. Pretty much what this does is, so every now and then you'll see it say you tipped somebody. Alright, so you can also, with this, because whenever it auto-tips somebody, the auto-tip mod, it just kind of like helps you get more like karma and experience and stuff in Hypixel without having to do /tip all the time. It will do it with like every 7 minutes or 5 minutes, something like that. I think you can change it. I'm not really sure how, but you can change it. Now, if you do auto-tip messages, you can make it so it doesn't show them in the chat, but it'll still auto-tip, or you can make it so it shows the whole thing, which takes up a lot of your chat spots, or you can do compact, which makes it so it's not so, it's just simpler in the chat, so that's a pretty good mod to use. Okay, on to the next mod, which is the key mod. So, the key mod is this right here. In the top right, if you do /key mod, it'll take you here where you can change the background color. So right now it's at 1515. So now you can see the color is changing. It's pretty cool to mess around with. You can also make it so it's like transparent, like completely gone, or you can like make it semi-transparent, or like not transparent at all. You can change the lettering up here. You can change that to say whatever you want. So I could say like and subscribe. The only thing is it kind of extends it out some more, so I like to just kind of keep it short as possible. I like to just say like subscribe. Or so that's to edit the text. You can also go to edit CPS. That's to change the color of the CPS. Edit the mouse circle, you can change the color, make it a rainbow if you want. Edit WASD, changes the color up here. Now the WASD by default, when you press it, turns into like an aqua color, like my CPS and mouse. So I like to make it like red or something, so you can tell when it's being pressed. You can edit the sidebar, which is this little thing right on the edge. You can also edit the divider, which divides the words and the WASD. You can change these to be rainbow, whatever you want. So the next mod I use is the mouse delay fix, which isn't a big mod. It's pretty much a very small mod, but it helps when you're playing in 1.8.9 because there's a little glitch. I don't know if it's Hypixel or just Minecraft in general for 1.8.9, but sometimes there will be a little delay when you're clicking. Like you may click once and then it might not register your click. So it's definitely much better for PvPing in Skywars and stuff. So if you are a very PvP type of person, get this mod. It's very useful. You can't get banned or anything like that, don't worry. Okay, the next mod is the old animations mod. So this one, I'm going to go into a single player world to show you guys this mod. Okay, so I'm in a single player world. I'm going to be showing you the old animations mod. So pretty much you just go to options or hit escape, and then up in the top left you'll see animations. Click there. The 1.7 tablets, I turn that off. I don't even know what it really does, but here are all the things I use: the eat, hearts, damage, block hit, rod. Now the rod is very effective. So if you're in game mode 1, go ahead, get a rod, and you can see what the difference is. When you're holding the rod, as you can see, it's very far out. It's like very far out from me. If I go into animations and turn that off, as you can see, look at the rod. It's getting, with it off, it's like super close to my mouth. With it on, it's like really far away. So that's pretty cool. The bow, I don't really know what. I just have some of these on. I don't really get what some of them are, but so yeah. And then you can go over into here, item update on Crosshair. I don't get what the Crosshair is. Swing, I don't know what that is. The sword, I leave that on. So yeah, here's just all those settings I use. It's pretty much what Refraction uses. So then you just hit save, and then if you go into animations again and then others, you can go to left hand on, so it's your left hand instead, which is very strange. You can turn off the boss bar, which I'm gonna leave that on. No inventory move on, cosmetics on, inventory background on. Okay, so if you also go back into animations and then hit mods, you have enable the direction HUD, which you can use. It's just kind of like a little thing like that. I don't really like it, but you can use it if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. I don't get what the show while chat type of thing is. You got the marker color. Oh, that's for the direction HUD settings, so that doesn't really matter. Now the toggle sneak, this is very important if you're on Hypixel. Leave this off. You can use the toggle sprint, but do not have toggle sneak on because you can get banned for that. So make sure you turn that off. The toggle sprint you can leave on. That's perfectly fine. You can also show the status. So like if you want toggle sneak on, or if you want toggle sprint on, you can turn that on and then show the status down in the bottom left. So I'm just going to leave that off. I mean, some of you may like the toggle sprint. You can use that if you want. If not, just turn it off. Just make sure the toggle sneak is false. I don't know what double tapping is. I'm just going to leave that off. So pretty much just mainly keep toggle sneak off and you should be fine. Okay, so the next mod is actually one that Refraction made. I believe he made it. He released it not too long ago on his channel. And pretty much what it is it's called the oof mod. So literally when you kill somebody, just listen. And you hear a little like ooh sound, like the Roblox death sound. So if you want to hear that whenever you kill somebody, just get this mod and you'll be set to go. Okay, so the next mod I'm going to be showing you guys is the QuickPlay mod, which I somewhat recently started to use. Pretty much what it does is, I think the default keybind for this is R. I like it as, I change it to be V, so I just hit V and then it takes you to this, and you can go to the main lobby if you want. You can try to go to limbo. I don't know if it really works. Okay, you can actually go to limbo with it. You can actually run around now. So you can literally teleport to limbo and then explore the map without being teleported to a lobby every time you move. So yeah, if you want to just hang out in limbo, this is how you do it. And you can actually complete some of this parkour. I don't really know. You can also go back in. You can just go to the main lobby, but they have all the games in here. You can go to Bed Wars, solo, doubles, 3s, 4s, whichever you want. You can do UHC Champions. You can go to Sky Wars, pick a Sky Wars mode. You can go to Murder Mysteries, select one of these. You can just select whatever game you want pretty much and just join it just like that. So I can hit Sky Wars, Solo Insane, and boom, just like that, I'm in a Sky Wars round. So it takes you right to a Sky Wars round. So you could literally finish a Sky Wars round and then go straight into a Bed Wars round without even having to go to the lobby. It's like, it's a really good mod. I would definitely get it. A lot of people wonder how you do it, and that's how you do it. So get out of here, nub. Alright, so I'm gonna suicide, and yep, rip. Okay, so the next mod is the replay mod, which as you can see is kind of right here. I just go to replay viewer, and then you can hit settings and record the server on and off. You can record single player worlds, just kind of mess with some of these. Just if you want to record the server, if you want to record and you go into multiplayer, turn that on. If you want to record in single player, turn it on, obviously. And now you just go into Hypixel or something. You can go into here. Just kind of run around the lobby a little bit. So yeah, you can just kind of run around the lobby, just do whatever, mess around with your head like this, and then disconnect. And when you go to the replay viewer, you can see this one right here, load it, and now we are in the replay mod, which you can watch. You can pause it by pressing P. If you hit T, you can change the speed, so you go like super fast. You can make it super slow-mo. Then you just, after hitting T, if you try to like move around, just hit escape, then you can move back around. You can hit F1 to hide all of this, and then hit P, and now it's in slow-mo. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool mod, especially when trying to make like montages and stuff, or like you did some block clutch. It's really cool. So yeah, that's the replay mod. Okay, so the next mod is the 5-zig mod, which I bet a lot of you use. It's a very big mod. You just go to options and then the 5-zig mod here. That's how when I'm playing Sky Wars or Bed Wars, you can see my armor down near my hotbar on the left and the right. I can put it there. I also have the speed over on the left, like my potion effects. You can kind of do whatever with this. But yeah, so you can pretty much just go into the 5-zig mod. You can customize the display. You can have your armor, your stats for the Hypixel. You can have the Hypixel party doesn't really work, but I have my potions, my armor, pretty much. You can just kind of do whatever. There's all kinds of stuff. You can look up videos on it. I'm not going to go in depth because there's a ton of stuff you can do with it. But yeah, so that's the simple stuff that I use it for. So the next mod is going to be the TimeChange Mod, which is actually a very cool mod because you can hit /day and it makes it day like it already is, or you can do /night and now it makes it nighttime in the lobby. Now it doesn't change it in the world, it's just for you to see, so don't worry, you can't get banned or anything for this, but it is helpful, especially when we're on the Bed Wars map Lotus. It's usually a little bit darker, like at sunset, and if you do /sunset, it now makes it sunset. It's kind of not noticeable, but you can sort of see it. So yeah, you got the sunset, and so you can play in Sky Wars with like nighttime on, or if it's disco mode and you don't want it to be dark out, you can make it /day and it'll make it day. Now you can also do /reset time and it'll then reset to the vanilla time of Minecraft. And then if you want, you can also do /fast time and then like 3, and it'll make the day cycle go by fast. So as you can see, now it's like nighttime and it just cycles through the day. You can make this like 10 if you want, and then the day will cycle super fast. It's really cool. As you can see, it's just cycling and cycling and cycling. So it can get a little annoying, but if you put it at 100, yeah, it can get a little annoying. So I'm just going to put it at 1, and that just kind of makes it go a little faster. You can change the speed, whatever, and then you can just put it back to 0, and now I think it's default. Alright, and then just do /reset time to turn it off, because I think it gets a little glitchy if you don't do that. So, alright, and the last mod that I don't really use, but you can use, is the ToggleChat mod, which pretty much just turns off the chat. So, as you can see, if you don't want to see the chat, you can just do /ToggleChat without having to go into options and chat settings and then just like turn off your chat. So, it's pretty helpful. It still shows like that person found this or this person joined the lobby, but it won't show people saying stuff. So it's pretty helpful. I just leave it on, so you know. And I don't know why I'm wearing boots, but you know, whatever. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys will download the mod pack. I'll have the link in the description for the download. Pretty much just take the download. It's going to be a zip file. Put the zip file in your mods folder and then extract it there, and you'll have all the mods there. And yeah, these mods are all for 1.8.9. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.